Hey y'all, it's me. My name is Jackie. If you are new here, thanks for checking in. If you are back, thank you so much. Glad to have you back for sure. I am here with my May reading wrap up. It was an interesting month. Not a terrible one, not the best one I've had this year, but I would say middle of the road. I attempted 6 books throughout the month. I finished 4 and 2 I DNF'd. So let's start with the 2 that I DNF'd. The first one I DNF'd was Wayward by Amelia Hart. It's not that I didn't like it, I just wasn't in the mood for it. So I would definitely call this a soft DNF. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to put it back on my shelf to pick another time. I don't know if maybe I would prefer this in the fall winter time. It wasn't a propulsive plot, so it wasn't pushing me through as much as I would have liked. My bestie Macy did finish it. I think she ended up giving it 3 stars. Because we were trying to read this one together. We've had much better luck with Chestnut Springs in reading together, but I think she did finish this one. Like I said, I'm going to give it a go. I was maybe a quarter of the way in when I decided to put it down, because the last thing I wanted to do was put myself in yet another reading slump, because that happens to me way too easily these days. The second one is Scandalous Lovers by Robin Schoen. No. I picked it up and I was curious because someone had this book before me. I don't know if you can see the tabs sticking out. So they had marked some things. So I decided to go check out what one of the tabs said. Because I thought, maybe that'll be a good insight into what I've got to come. And yeah, let me see if I can find what I read. Actually, I don't think I can even read this on YouTube. Let's just say that the description of the spice was the most cringeworthy I've ever read in my life, and I thought I'd read some to make me cringe. The only thing this didn't have in it was the word loin, which is one of my least favorite words in the English language. I didn't see that in here, but like I said, I read like 2 pages and set them out. So this one will go into the permanent DNF file, and I don't even know if I want to take it to Goodwill, but I mean, you know what? Somebody else may love it. Someone else may have a different view of what they like to read in spicy scenes. So I will put it out there in the universe for someone to pick it up. So that one will go into the thrifting, little free library or Goodwill one. I will give that book to. So those were my 2 DNFs for this month. But luckily, before that, I'm pretty sure it was before that, the first book I finished was Powerless by Elsie Silver, and at the time, this was my favorite in the series so far. I do love Jasper. He was an ideal book boyfriend for me. I really did like him. I like Sloane fine. I love the fact that she finally stood up for herself. That was nice to see. And of course, I always enjoy visiting with the Eaton family. So this one, I think I gave this one 4 stars. I think it was 4 stars, 4.5, somewhere in that range. But I definitely thoroughly enjoyed this one. Macy and I finished this one about the same time and really enjoyed it. So that was book number 1 that I finished. And then, yeah, I think I did this one as well next. Reckless by Elsie Silver as well. Also part of Chestnut Springs. This is Theo and Winter's story. I think this one was in my reading vlog, my failed attempt at a 24-hour readathon reading vlog, which I'll link to in the description. This one is my favorite of the series so far. This one was the first one I gave 5 stars. Everything else was 4 to 4.5. This one is 5 without a doubt. I love Theo. He might make it to the top of my book boyfriend list, and that is saying something. I'll eventually do a video with that, with my top 10 book boyfriends, but right now I think Theo might jump to the top. We'll see. We'll see as I keep reading if he'll stay there, but right now I think he's there. The way he cared for Winter, despite everything she put him through, everything she said, every time she pushed him away, that's just, for those of us whose defense mechanisms is to try to run, it's really nice to see a guy who sees through that, sees it for the fear that it is, and sticks around anyway. I mean, that's just, it doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't get better than that. So that's Reckless. So then I went in to read a couple of cozy mysteries, and I don't have physical copies of those, so I'll put them on the screen here. The first one I read was A Riverside Robbery. So it was an ARC I had received, the book published on May the 30th. So I was lucky enough to receive an ARC from the author. I've been reading her books for years now at this point. And so I got the ARC and I read it. And as I was reading it, I realized that I had not read number 13 in the series, A Planted Clue. So A Riverside Robbery was number 14 in the Stony Brook Mystery series. A Planted Clue was number 13. So I ended up reading them out of order, which drives me a little crazy. I don't do well reading series out of order. It does not appeal to my neurotic little heart. But, you know, it is what it is. I did it. Luckily, it was just a cozy mystery series. It was nothing that was anything too spectacular that I would have missed. So that's good. So luckily, you know, as I said, I didn't miss anything. Not that big of a deal. Number 15 is going to come out, I think, later this year, and it will be the last one in the series, and I'm so sad. It'll be number 15, and that's a lot of books in a series, and so I can understand why she's moving on from that. I think that was the first cozy mystery series she wrote, potentially. I can't swear to that, but I think that might be the case. She's got several more going. I think she's got a new one that she's cooking up. So, it'll be nice to have kind of an ending for the Stony Brook gang. I'm not saying I might not go back and read them at some point when I need comfort reads, because that's what they are to me. So those are the 4 books I finished in May. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So I do have a series of shorts that are in progress. It's talking about influential books in my life. So check those out. I've got them on YouTube and on TikTok. And when I can remember, I post them on Instagram. That one's a little harder for me. I'm not in the habit of using Instagram as much. Trying to work on that. But I do look forward to seeing you guys soon. My plan is to do a reading vlog to post kind of in the middle of the month. I'm going to do reading my June TBR, see how much after that I can get through in the next couple of weeks to post that. And again, that series of shorts is coming out. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate your time. If you made it to the end, let's do a tulip emoji, because I love me a tulip. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to have you guys stick around. I want to make this one of the coziest, happiest, most friendly places on the internet. That is my goal. And I hope to see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.